Hello, baseball fans. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, everybody. Very big day for Major League Baseball. Pretty big day for the Braves as well. Going to talk about that in just a second. I know you guys are up to date with everything. I know you guys have all seen the news, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Adam Duvall, probably the biggest news for the Braves. Adam Duvall is back with Atlanta, and that is obviously a very big deal. That is something that I thought, I never thought he should have went to Miami. I thought we should have re-signed him based on the money, based on how much he was going to cost, and the numbers he put up last year. That's what I wanted to see happen for the Braves anyway in the offseason. That was the one disagreement I had with the front office, is why in the world did we give up Adam Duvall? I understood it at the time. We had a full outfield, but obviously things have changed, and they have decided to bring him back. And I think that is I think that fixes your outfield. I think Adam Duvall by himself would be a major improvement alongside Jock Peterson, obviously. But the fact that we just added we also added Eddie Rosario, and of course, just now, breaking news, I don't know if you saw it, Jorge Soler, who has been nothing but hot lately, 6 homers in his past 9 games. Struggled early on. Looks like he figured something out. Maybe he'll turn around in Atlanta as well. So, obviously, a really big day for the Braves. A lot of big moves. The one thing that we didn't see, though, a lot of you guys are bringing it up in the chat. I see you. I hear you. No bullpen moves so far. With the trade deadline, always things happen late. Things happen after 4 o'clock a lot of times. They don't really come in late. So, I'm sitting here. I'm trying to watch the television. I'm trying to watch the computer, basically to keep up with everything going on, to make sure one doesn't slip through. And, maybe we get another bullpen piece. But, all day long I've been sitting here watching the trade deadline, waiting for stuff to happen. And, of course, it did. But the one thing that, of course I'm frustrated with no bullpen additions, right? Let's just say it. We don't get any bullpen pieces like it is right now. Let's say that the team is what it is right now, right? The reason I think, I tried to, basically think a little deeper, right? I always try to do that, maybe think beyond today. And I think, we're about to get a lot of additions back from the injured list, right? D'Arnaud's having a start tonight in Gwinnett on a rehab assignment. Huascar Ynoa's on his way back, right? Maybe instead of rehabbing, if he's throwing well, if he's doing okay, maybe give Huascar a bullpen role, right? Maybe not. But I would also add, the bullpen has been a lot better lately. And, with the exception of a few instances, that overall they have been a lot better recently. And I think that's stemming from the fact that the starting rotation has been a lot better lately. The bullpen's not having to cover near as many innings. They're not having to do near as much. So if that is going to continue, maybe the Braves felt like they didn't have to, forfeit major prospects to add a bullpen piece. Maybe that's, ultimately what it came down to. What I would also add is that the Duvall idea, right? We all real quick. Richard Rodriguez to the Atlanta Braves. We're all worried about the bullpen. There it is. Richard Rodriguez. I told you this could happen maybe a month ago, and I brought you all of the possible trade scenarios. I did a video on this. I thought it could be with Brian Reynolds. The Pirates eventually said Brian Reynolds is off the table. He's got too many years of control. Understood. The Braves just went and got Richard Rodriguez. If you were going to make a move this late in the deadline, this was the move to make. I really thought this was a possibility. I thought this was a very good possibility. We're going to take a look at his numbers real quick and run them by you real quick. Richard Rodriguez has been great this year. He could bring a steady hand to the bullpen. He's got a 2.82 ERA right now. He's 4-2. Obviously, on the Pirates, win-loss record doesn't really matter, but a 2.82 ERA. Been really good for the Pirates in the pen. He's signed through 2021. but he is arbitration eligible in 2022. He's not a free agent until 2024. This is a great addition for the Braves bullpen. This is the move that I really wanted to see. I was really hoping that maybe during this live it would happen, and of course it just did. But let's circle back to the Adam Duvall deal, right? Adam Duvall, you get Adam Duvall, he fixes your outfield. I think you have a brand new outfield right now, right? Obviously the loss of Acuna, the loss of Ozuna, everything that's happened this year, the outfield has been what it was. I mean, it's been just a mismatch of guys out there. But look, the fact of the matter is, you get Adam Duvall, you get Jock Peterson, and then you get two guys like Jorge Soler, who is either hot or cold. Let's be honest, he's a hot or cold player. But you get a guy like that who can carry your team for a week or two. You get a guy like that. You get a guy like Eddie Rosario, who's, just been, he's been a good talent for the Cubs. He's been, of course, he's been on talent, elsewhere for the Indians now. But I think these guys are phenomenal. Fraymork, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate it, man. Richard Rodriguez to Atlanta, that's big. William Fulgham before that, $5. I appreciate that, man. If you got a super chat, I'll try to read it as quick as I can. Not going to be able to respond to very many comments tonight. Got a lot to get through, obviously. Got a lot of trades to talk about. This is a very big day for the Braves. I think, we've all been wondering what the Braves are going to do. I thought they would be a little bit more active early. It looks like, what it seems like to me, is that the Kimbrel deal, obviously goes to the White Sox. Would have been nice to get him, but he goes to the White Sox. I think that kind of opened the floodgates for other relievers, right? If we were in on Kimbrel, which we were, Ken Rosenthal confirmed, if we were in on him, maybe our attention wasn't on Richard Rodriguez, but after that, you got to imagine we shifted, and it looks like we just got it in right before the deadline. So I feel a lot better, and I'm sure you do too. Been a very active deadline today. It's been one of the best deadlines in recent memory. You remember last year there wasn't a lot going on, right? Everybody was holding on to what they had because everybody had a shot last year. It was a 60-game season. Nothing was too far away, and anything could happen. No one was really out of the picture in terms of teams being able to compete. So, to have a day like today where you have, fire sales from, the Cubs and, nobody has really said it, but I'll say it. The Nationals have had a fire sale. I mean, the names that they lost, obviously Strasburg getting hurt and, his season being over, he's going into surgery, doesn't help. But you give up Scherzer, you give up Trey Turner, who I thought should be, just a staple of your team for years to come. You give those two guys up, obviously you're selling. But you also give up Yan Gomes, Schwarber, Josh Harrison, Strasburg injured, and of course Starlin Castro. He had a domestic abuse incident. He's now suspended, and he will be terminated by the Nationals. They have said once this season is over, once it's all over with. So 7 players are gone. Your team's going to be unrecognizable. This is the Washington Nationals I'm talking about. Your team's going to be just completely unrecognizable, similar to how we sold a few years back. So that happens, right? So to me, the Nationals are out of it. I think at this point they're going to be. I can't wait for the Braves to play the Nationals. I think those are not guaranteed wins per se, but I feel good with my chances going in. So with that out of the way, the Mets did add, and they should have. They're in first place. They have a chance to win the division. The Mets added Baez and Trevor Williams. I think if you're a Mets fan, you're significantly more excited about Baez than Trevor Williams, but Trevor Williams is a decent reliever nonetheless. But to me, I think as Braves fans, you probably need to take a step back and realize the Mets added Baez. Yes, a very exciting shortstop. Could play second base, maybe third, whatever he needs to do. He wants to be there. That's a good add for that team. But I will also add this. They're also down Lindor. So it's not like they're getting, for 60 days? So it's not like they're getting Baez on top of Lindor for this year, right? It's not like they're getting just super big players on top of super big players. They're not the Padres. They're not the Yankees right now. They're not the Dodgers, okay? The Mets aren't that. They are going to be competition, just like the Phillies are. They added some pitching today. The Brewers added as well. We got to play them tonight. So baseball has shifted dramatically. The players that are your favorite players are no longer on their favorite teams, okay? So I think it's a very interesting day. In terms of, what the Braves gave up, again, Alex Jackson for Adam Duvall, I'll take it any day of the week. It's not a slight on Alex Jackson. We just have nowhere for him. Not if our future is going to entail William Contreras and Shea Langoliers, who, to circle back to, Shea Langoliers for, the foreseeable future, I think, is one of our best prospects. I think that is something we have to realize. and something that the Braves know, and I think they're committed to Shea. I don't think you'll see him in any trade. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him in not in the big leagues, but in AAA in the next year. I think William Contreras more than likely comes up next year, and with that, I mean, where does that leave d'Arnaud? Who knows? I would like to. I think ultimately we have to take in consideration that the Braves, all things considered, have had a very good day. I think ultimately the Braves performed as expected. I don't think they underperformed. I don't think they, you know, did anything major to make us disappointed. I think they did everything the right way. Again, we haven't seen corresponding moves, or at least I haven't seen corresponding moves for Richard Rodriguez. But look, I know we got rid of Pablo for Eddie Rosario, and I understand if you're upset. Look, I like the Panda Hugs just as much as anybody, but the Eddie Rosario deal, like D3C right there says, it's a steal. I think that is a great move. I think if that's a money issue, if that's what the Twins, if that's what the Indians are trying to give up here, I'm okay with that, and I think it's a phenomenal move. Super chat from J9 Mills Plays. Love the content, good moves, keeps us competitive. Yeah, I agree. I think I think this is a solid move. I think this is a shot in the arm. I think it's all the right things. I don't think we gave up too much. I don't look, and I say we didn't give up too much. I don't know what we got rid of to get Richard Rodriguez, but I doubt it's a Pache. I really do. I doubt it's a major prospect that we have hopes in. I really don't think we're giving that up. I would be surprised if that's the case. I think we're probably going to give up something big for a guy like Richard Rodriguez, but I don't think it's, getting us. I don't think we're losing anything major here. I think we have done very well. I think the front office has, if you were worried about the front office, I think you need to take a step back and realize this is exactly what we need to do. J9 Mills, let me know if that's confirmed, but I haven't seen anything about it. Trying to watch 3 or 4 monitors in here is a bit tough. So if you guys could let me know if anything is confirmed or what we gave up for Richard Rodriguez, I would appreciate it. Again, it happened as soon as I got up on the air. Who would have known? But look, guys, Richard Rodriguez is an immediate steady arm out of the pen. I'm not sure if he's going to be our closer. I'm not sure if he's going to be an 8th inning guy, but he's going to be a big arm out of the pen. And look, we're not done. All right, so William Fulgham, tell me what's confirmed. Is that Bryce Wilson for Richard Rodriguez? Because if so, I'm with it. I think that's good. Bryce is a guy that has been good at times and has been not so good at times, and I think that's a good move if that's what we did. But I'm not sure. I need to know that that's confirmed before I can really state it. But I will say this: the Braves are right back to where they need to be. All right, Bryce Wilson and Ricky DeVito, according to William Fulgham, who I do trust, for Richard Rodriguez confirmed. I think that's going to be a good move. It's probably a good move for the Pirates. Look, if you're building new, if you're confirming that, if you're building young like the Pirates need to do, keeping a guy like Bryce Reynolds is good for you. He's long term. He's a great player, All-Star this year. And he's not a whole lot of money until 2025, I don't think. So then you add Bryce Wilson and you add a couple other prospects from the Braves. I think that's a solid trade for one bullpen arm when you're not going to be competitive anyway. So you had to think Rodriguez was going to go somewhere, and I think this is smart. I think this is smart on the Pirates' end. I think this is smart on the Braves' end. I think the Braves have done a very solid trade deadline today. I think they've performed in the front office. Hopefully they'll perform tonight against the Brewers. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, go ahead and share this. Go ahead and like the video. Get it out there. Tell your friends about this channel. And, I hear you guys. I hear you. I won't show any more animations or anything. I'll get that fixed for next time. But for right now, I appreciate you guys tuning in. obviously a very exciting trade deadline, and I think we're going to be competitive. I really do. Look, World Series. Everybody wants to know. Do you think we can win the World Series with this? This is what I do know. The World Series starts with making it to the postseason, and that starts with winning the division. And I think that this team now, especially if we get Huascar Ynoa back, if we get Travis d'Arnaud back soon, who, by the way, again, is starting in Gwinnett tonight. They're on their way back. This team plus those guys, I think we can compete with anyone in the National League East. I don't think the Mets added anything that's just irretrievable. I think we're going to compete with anything. Look, trade deadlines are always, bittersweet. We lost, obviously, Pablo Sandoval, who's been exciting in the dugout and has been great for team chemistry. But we added some, too. And to get a return that we got, to get the return of Eddie Rosario has been phenomenal. I think that deal was sound. I think the Adam Duvall deal was sound. Adam Duvall for Alex Jackson is great. I think that's great. Richard Rodriguez, we didn't give up a ton. I like Bryce, but, again, he's hot and cold. I would have done that had it been Kyle Wright. I would have done that. I mean, there's very few pitching prospects that we have in the minors that I wouldn't give up. Kyle Muller, I know he's not in the minors anymore, but Kyle Muller is one that I would not give up. And I would say Tucker Davidson. Those are the two that are untouchable at the moment. But anybody else, I might have given for Richard Rodriguez at the moment because we need bullpen help that bad. This is, again, to circle back to the World Series idea, everybody wants to know, here's the thing. I know you can't win a World Series unless you make it to a postseason. And I think this team has the potential to make it. I think, everybody's worried about the bullpen, but we haven't scored a lot of runs lately. And I think adding Adam Duvall into the lineup is going to help that. So, William Fulgham says, with the new outfield and Rodriguez coming in, who gets dropped besides Pablo? I actually did some thinking about that. I think, you got to get rid of 2 spots, right? I'm looking at it. I think right now on the bench, outside of the guys we got, you got A-Ray, Abraham Almani, Guillermo Heredia, and Arcia. I think Arcia is an odd man out there, and if I had to pick between Heredia and Almani, I'd probably drop Almani. But like Michael Carey there points out, Rosario's on the IL, so it probably won't happen for the foreseeable future. Maybe not the immediate future, but it will happen at some point. I think those are most likely going to be the guys. I just think Arcia is kind of the odd man out. The other 2 can play out. It might come down to who can play infield, who can play outfield, and what the numbers say. But I don't know how long he's on the IL for. I can check. That I can do. I want to say probably the 10-day. I doubt we're going to pick somebody up on the 60-day unless we're just going to bring him back for the postseason. But I think it's probably 10-day, probably going to be out for a couple weeks. But I don't think we're going to see anything. He's on a 10-day IL, so it's not like he's going to be gone for the next 60 days. I assume 10-day, and then he might be day-to-day after that. But you might have 2 weeks before we really got to worry about it. But I think immediately, if I had to take a guy off the bench, it's probably Arcia, and then after that, Almani. So good question, though. If you got Travis coming back, then Smith is gone. Yeah, exactly. So, look, the bottom of our order has been, just terrible lately. Every now and then they'll score a run or 2. They'll get on base. But ultimately, they haven't been able to perform. Once you get to the back end of our order, you're kind of shutting us down. And it just has been what it is. Pablo Sandoval tried all he could the other night, but he got, struck out to end the game. So you add in Jorge Soler, who's a threat. You add in Adam Duvall, who's a threat to take it deep. I think your whole lineup changes. I think you don't see Jock lead off anymore. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Ozzie, Jock, then Freddie, then Riley, then Duvall, then Dansby, in something of that fashion. I think your whole lineup up and down shifts. I think it's going to get very exciting, and I think the bullpen's not going to have to do as much, and they're going to have more to do it with. And I think that's the most important thing. I think that's the most important thing that the Braves could have done. And I'm happy that we got a bullpen piece. Now, look, I think we're probably done. And I hate to speak that into existence, but we only got 10 minutes until 5. I think we're more than likely done on trades. I think we got the team we're going to have. I'm pretty confident in saying that. So with that said, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like this video. Get it out there. I always appreciate you guys tuning in. We're going to have more content on this, likely tomorrow, of some kind, talking about, the future of this, and probably a little bit longer, I'll have a little longer to think about it, analyze it. Obviously, the Richard Rodriguez thing caught me by surprise. I can't wait to break that down a little bit deeper. So we'll have more content like that throughout the week. Make sure you subscribe so you can see it. Turn on notifications, all that good stuff. I appreciate you guys tuning in again. Obviously, a very exciting trade deadline, and I think it's going to be a shift for this team. And I've said that a couple times this year. Some big moments. We're finally going to shift it for this team, the attitude of this team. But I think the front office just did a major job at doing this trade deadline. I think, look, they're not going to tell you this on MLB Network. They're not going to tell you this on ESPN. But I don't think that the Braves are going to get the credit they deserve for doing what they did. I saw a lot of talk from Jeff Passan earlier saying they're doing lesser moves. They're not really, doing what they should be doing. They're not. Look, not Adam Duvall. Alex Anthopoulos has never been a man of mainstream deals, okay, big money deals. And I am not either. I think they're stupid a lot of the time. Now, look, Scherzer and Turner are proven commodities. They're going to where they're going, and obviously a lot of the other deals are proven commodities, and they're great. But what did they give up for it? That's what you got to ask. And what are the Braves? What fits the Braves? I think all these moves fit the Braves. I think they're obviously within budget, and I think this is going to be a very exciting thing. So just remember, in August, we're going to have some additional free agent moves, and they're going to consist of d'Arnaud and Noah. So with that, I think we're in good shape. I really do. So with that, guys, I see all you guys coming in late. I'm sorry, I got to get off of here pretty soon. But with that out of the way, guys, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you missed it, don't worry. The live stream stays up on the channel. You can rewatch it if you want. But look, I'm very excited about all these deals. I think they're all solid deals. I don't think we gave up too much. And again, I'll run them through again. Adam Duvall for Alex Jackson. Eddie Rosario, we got him. He's solid. Nothing about these deals is disappoints me. So I think if you are disappointed, you're thinking the wrong way, and you need to take a step back and really analyze what's going on. Richard Rodriguez for Bryce Wilson and another prospect, not bad at all. No major prospects were given up, at least as of right now. No major prospects were given up, and I think this was a very phenomenal trade deadline for the Braves. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. If anything else comes out, we will talk about it tomorrow. Enjoy the Braves versus the Brewers tonight. Hopefully they can get a win. Obviously a huge win over the Mets in the last series. I hope you enjoyed watching the game yesterday. I know I did. I was sitting on pins and needles. But they got the series win against the Mets, and that makes them 4 games back. Hopefully they'll get a little closer tonight. So thanks, guys. I do appreciate it. I will see you guys next time. Again, check throughout the week. We will have trade talks all throughout then. So with that out of the way, guys, I do appreciate it. I'm going to wrap it up with that, and see you guys later.